this quote by Frank Sonnenberg that says, inner peace is based on how you choose to live your life, or something along those lines. And I remember the first time I read that, I was like, what? Are you telling me that I'm responsible for my inner peace with all this chaos and all this crazy and all these people running around who don't know how to act right? I would have inner peace if they knew how to act right. And that quote helped check me. Yeah. One of the fastest ways that I found to get myself back to a space of inner peace is, first and foremost, becoming aware of when I feel disconnected from my peace. And then when I do, I take some deep breaths, I meditate, or I find a quiet corner, and I ask myself, is this worth my peace and sanity? And usually the answer is no. No, it's not. Now, there are some times that I feel disrupted in my peace, and it is my spirit's way of calling me to action, because by taking action, and I'm thinking about like activism, when there are things that disrupt my inner peace, there's a way that my body responds that I know I'm being called to action. And then when I take the action, it feels like a little more ease, because I know that I'm doing something, anything that I can, to help alleviate the suffering or the pain in a situation of someone else, or even my own, right? My own like transferred, internalized suffering. And by creating that ease, I find myself able to return to inner peace. During this month of March, we're going to talk about different ways to return to inner peace. There's only 5 Wednesdays in March, and there are literally thousands of ways to return to your inner peace. But I wanted to just start off with that. Ask yourself, become aware. Ask yourself, am I in a space of peace? If not, is this thing deserving of my peace? And most of the time, no. And then what can I do differently? What can I do differently? Because my inner peace is how I choose to live my life. So what can I do differently to create more ease and peace in my day? And maybe sometimes that requires some action, right? I always recommend, first and foremost, that we practice taking deep breaths and returning to our body and to our breath. I like to think that our breath is like our spirit. It's a way to anchor ourselves in and to kind of calm ourselves down, right? So return to your breath. Take a second to meditate, literally, even if it's just 2 minutes. Lock yourself in a bathroom. Go just take some deep breaths. Clear your mind a little bit. And then from that place of slight more clarity, you can approach the question, is this worthy of my peace? If not, what can I do to create a shift to get back to a place of peace and ease? That is, for me, the best way to begin, right? What do you do for peace? I want to know if you are disconnected from your inner peace, or you're creating or cultivating a practice to kind of stay in a place of peace. What do you do? What works for you to help you get back to a space of peace? Because I know this, when I am aware and when I practice accordingly and I cultivate my inner peace as my own, I always find my way back. And it helps me from that place get really clear. And then I'm not allowing my emotions to drive or dictate how I'm showing up. My emotions are feedback to let me know whether I'm aligned with peace and love, or whether I'm aligned with fear and negativity, or whatever. Emotions are this really powerful space that gives us feedback and information. And then we can use that to make decisions accordingly, to create and cultivate the mind, the body, and the life that we want, truly. If you are someone who's dealing with more substantial mental health concerns at this time, maybe you need therapy. And I'm not joking. I'm not holding that lightly, because I've been to therapy several rounds. Maybe you need therapy. Maybe you need coaching. Maybe you need, an outside party to help you kind of unpack and process some of your stuff, so that you can start to use those tools and techniques in order to kind of create and cultivate a life of peace and joy and fun and ease and health and so on and so forth. And I say that in all seriousness. And for everyone else who is in the practice, or who is, the practice of cultivating inner peace, or who is looking to maintain it, what is it that you do? Do you pause? Do you question yourself? Do you tap into your self-awareness? Do you breathe? Do you meditate? Do you use the information of your emotions as feedback to create shifts, right? I'm seriously curious. I want to talk about it because, like I said, there's only 5 weeks in March, and there are literally thousands of ways that we can do this. So what is it that works for you when you initially recognize that you are not aligned with peace? That's all I have for you for today. Let me know what you think about this video, about these tools. I don't know. And what is it that you do to cultivate inner peace for yourself? I hope you're having a great week. And I am sending you lots of love and light. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's coming. So, peace! Literally.